What's going on today, y'all? Look what we have here. Esau trying to get you to not read the King James Bible. Wants to shield you from the truth, and he doesn't want you to translate for yourself. He wants this doctrinated, revised version, American Standard Version, to be your holy shrine and final word and say on everything. He doesn't want you to try to, interpret for yourself. I wonder what that's all about. Well, let's break it down for you real quick. What is his reasons? Okay, so basically he's saying, oh, you're not smart enough. There's going to be words in there that we don't use in English anymore. Oh, you know what? I don't have Google. I can't look up a word real quick. What's his other reasons? Why, when I translate from Greek to English, why, it's just completely unacceptable. He doesn't ever actually say why. He just explains for 15 minutes that he doesn't have time to do it. He says, I'm going to waste 15 minutes of this video reel telling you why I can't, get into that, rather than just getting into it. And I'm just like, okay, all right, so obviously not that important. And then what else does he say? Oh, halt. The word halt, that means, to limp. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't look that up. Yeah, if you look up halt, it has multiple definitions. One of them was to stop, obviously. One of them was like a bus station. One of them was to be conceited. Some other one I forgot. And then one of them, towards the bottom, it says to, an impaired leg. I may have a decent vocabulary, but in terms of spelling, if they didn't have spell check, it'd be all bad for you, boy. But I wouldn't even know that meant stop if I saw, because I thought halt had a U in it. But then I looked it up with the U, and you spell halt with the U, it means to be like conceited or pompous or something like that. And then I was like, huh. And then halt with the A, it had multiple definitions, but it was, defined as an adjective when they use it as a verb in this text. But we do it all the time, especially brothers, man. We'll take an adjective and then use it as a verb, what I'm saying? We, flex on the English. So there's multiple definitions of the word. So, but when it's used as a verb, today's interpretation of the word halt would mean to stop. Yes, obviously. But if you were intelligent enough, if you wanted to, see if there's various definitions of that particular word, which most people would do. And then what's the other thing? Oh, yeah, and it says, Dr. So-and-so, a smear of I don't care, Vitch says, this and that. So he just basically starts quoting what other people said about it, and it doesn't even really have any, depth or meaning. They start out trying to reel in the opposers. Oh, I love it. I love the King James Bible. I love it. But let me tell you why you shouldn't do it. That's where they try to get you. That's how they do. That's how they try to get you. I love it. I love it. I know, you guys are really into this thing. I love it. But let me tell you why it's bad. They try to get you to think, That's what they do. That's how they reel you in. They're like, I'm not so opposed to it, but let me tell you this. But all his reasoning was a bunch of BS, man. And we know who King James was. We know who he really was. We know what he looked like. And need I say more? So let's break it down for you a little bit further.
I love the King James Version of the Bible. I love it because it's beautiful, because it has been a translation of the Bible that has edified millions of Christians around the world for literally hundreds of years.
So here, like I said, he's trying to get you to let you know that he appreciates it, that he really loves it, but he's going to try to break down why he thinks it's bad.
Child come out in KJV English. Why, if I grew up on and loved the King James Version, would I then make a video with a title that says that I don't recommend it, that changed meaning, that meant something completely different to Elizabethans 500 years ago than they do today? And so by reading them, we might be completely misled in our understanding and comprehension of a particular text.
Here we go again. He's assuming that we're not smart enough to take it upon ourselves to look up a word and seeing its multiple definitions and how it may or may not apply to that particular text.
There are good translations, there are bad translations, and there are, of course, heretical Bible translations. And the King James Version of the Bible is neither the most accurate nor the best translation in our day and age.
And here he is assuming that people 400 years ago weren't intelligent enough to translate a text from different languages. Man, they've been doing this for thousands of years, bro. Like, get off it, bro. Chaos.